Welcome back to Stampin' Storytellers. Today is my final project using the Shark Frenzy stamp set and coordinating dies. Please go back on my channel and watch the previous 4 videos using this same bundle, and they're all very different projects. To get started today, I have a card base that is Pacific Point and a piece of the Whale of a Time DSP. That's going to be our first step. So I'll set the rest of my pieces aside. I'm going to cut this to 4 inches. So I'm going to cut off the lighter side. Yes. Cut that to 4 inches. Then I'm going to cut this to, I should start this way, just so that my waves are going the right way. So I'll do this one, 1 5/8. Then the next one is going to be 7/8 of an inch. And 1 5/8 again. And then 7/8 of an inch. And then we're going to leave this one as is. So we need all 5 of these pieces, and you want to keep them in line. Then I'll come back to my card kit. I have this extra piece of Pacific Point, and I'm just going to adhere that section of DSP straight onto there. So this was the last piece that I cut, or it was like the leftover edge. And center that on there. We can set that aside. Then I'll bring in my card base. I've pre-scored it at 1 3/4, and then 1 inch, and 1 3/4, and then this section left is also 1 inch. So that's where my measurements came from for our DSP. So I'm just going to adhere these sections one at a time from left to right and just center them in there. I'm going to leave a even border on the left, the top, and the right, and there'll be a little bit extra left at the bottom, but we're going to cover that up with an extra wave. So there's our card front. Now this is going to end up being like a bay window, so I will eventually fold on those score lines, but I'll leave it flat for now, and we can adhere our wave die cut. So this is actually 1 and a bit of a die. So the die is this long, put it this way. So I did do this one, and then I repositioned it to create one more section so that it was long enough to go across our card front. So I'll adhere that, and then I'll just trim the extra off. So that is flat along the bottom. Then I'll get my snips and trim this off. So now that these panels are dry, I can fold on those score lines, and my wave will just kind of go with it. So the first 3, or the first 2, I guess, are going to go and make a bay window shape, and then this one is actually going to go back on itself so that it sits like this. Then we'll adhere our inside white layer. It's just 5 1/4 by 4 of basic white. Adhere that to the inside. Add some dimensionals to this side piece. Oops. And so this is our card front. So it's going to go in like this. So that's how we get that to pop up. So this is just going to line up with the edge of your card. And then your last section will just tuck right in there like that. And I know this little section doesn't have a wave. I think it's okay without. Now we get to decorate. So I have 3 sharks, the 3 remaining sharks from the full set that I showed on my first video. For all 5 projects, these are the sharks that you'll need. Feel free to go back and watch that first shark video that was a gift packaging item. Now I will add my little family of sharks. You'll just want to make sure that you don't place them on a crease. So they each kind of have a panel that they'll fit in. And here's my 3rd one. Put him kind of on an angle. Then I've die cut 3, or I guess 2 sets of 3 of the little fish die that's in these awesome dies. And I'm just going to put in the little fish at the bottom. And the way to do that, the easiest I find, is to adhere them like you're adding sequins. And then take your pick tool. And add them all underneath the sharks. Oops. So there's my 6 fish. Then also in your kit is some 2 little seaweed grass looking things. Add those with a glue dot and make sure they're stuck together. I'm going to add those right here on, oh, not on that piece. Tuck that back in on this section here. Stick those on there. Now we can get to some stamping because we had pre-stamped those sharks. I'm just going to use the words baby shark. And this is a little die cut from, well, that says daddy, not. Where's the shark? This is a little die cut from the Hippo and Friends dies. So in Pool Party ink, I'm going to stamp the shark on the lower right, and then I'll fit in baby on the top left. Then we can add that with some dimensionals. And I might just put 2 on the right-hand side to make sure that a dimensional doesn't hang over. And add that right on the edge there. Then this awesome Pool Party trim, sheer trim, tie a little bow. And I do want it to be little and dainty. There we go. Get your ribbon scissors and trim that off. Add that with a glue dot. right underneath the words there. Then I have one more die cut. This is a die from the their word wishes. The Well Said bundle, and then whichever dies match those. A nice little welcome. These dies do retire at the end of the annual catalog, and I'm going to add that at the bottom. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow. You don't need much to hold on these little delicate pieces. And add that right at the bottom there. And I'll just hold it down before I fold on that score line again. And now for the best part, some sequins. And you have so many sequins in one little package. I'm going to be liberal and add lots. So I just add one section or one little dot of glue. All of them, all the dots all at once, and then I can just add all of the sequins, and then I don't have to go back and forth between my glue and the sequins. There, one more. There we go. And there is my fun bay window shark card. Really easy to make with an awesome wow factor when you're sending it to someone because it still mails flat. And then when they open it, I think it'll be obvious that it tucks in there and it's like a nice display to send someone. I hope you enjoyed my card tutorial today. It was a fast one because I had pre-done those sharks, but that's a great way to make your card making go faster as well. If you liked my video, please hit that like button and subscribe so that you can get notifications when I post my next videos. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Bye!